We started with nothing. We started with just volunteer hats and then spread wanting to achieve and stuff like that.
We were motivated as individuals to contribute content about Africa and to decolonize the internet. That coupled with the gaps that existed within the sub-region.
We felt the task involved was so huge, and though we were two people who had brilliant ideas to do some transformation, we realized the two of us alone couldn't do it by ourselves. So we needed to have other people join, and then to have things structured, we thought of the fact that we needed an organization which will streamline and then steer the affairs of other volunteers.
Decolonizing the internet has been one of the things that I am happy about with OFWA.
Felix was a young volunteer for the Wikimedia movement, and I said, well, look, there's that Wikipedia offline that you might be interested in. He was like, yes. So he started going up north, doing exactly what I was talking earlier about, like evangelizing knowledge, if you will. And he was going to, I forgot the name of the city at this stage, but he was going up north, showcasing in schools, and then he found other people at OFWA when OFWA started also being more structured, having more programs.
I would like to thank Open Foundation West Africa and those who thought about that idea, because they constituted the team which led to my first contribution as a technical contributor for Wikimedia.
OFWA had a kind of like a mentorship out QWeeks training, program. And the program centered around training different people from different countries to be able to try and experiment and implement this awesome software called QWeeks. And that was my first interaction. That's like 2 years ago when I actually became the QWeeks ambassador for OFWA for South Sudan.
The QWeeks for School program is targeted at addressing internet connectivity and lack of educational resources in Africa. Here in Ghana, there are some parts of the country that do not have internet connectivity, and for those that even have, it comes at a very expensive rate.
We come from a community which doesn't have access to good amount of internet, and internet also which is available is actually expensive, so that felt like a solution. And this is where actually I also got so motivated to be able to be part of the program.
So what OFWA has done, and one of the big successes was that train the trainers for QWeeks, train the evangelists actually. And so that opened us like hundreds of eyes across the continent. So not all of them, some of them just go and they do their thing and we'd never hear back from them because they're happy. But we get some conversations started, and that really, really helps us improve the product. Because at the end of the day, I mean, QWeeks is free, fine, but we still need to progress, we still need to improve. So those contacts we made through OFWA are the ones that keep us going.
I've gained a lot of skills, organization skills, communication skills, presentation skills, budgeting, and a lot of finance stuff through the grant writing for Wikimedia grants. And then I've also learned managing individuals.
Through OFWA, I've been able to learn how to manage projects. I remember Felix assigning us a lot of roles, like he will practically hand over the role for you and ask you to do it the way you think you can do it. And this was quite a great opportunity for us to challenge ourselves, things that we hardly would do in our own.
Being in a position as a leadership, thinking for an organization, to be able to implement, it's a very difficult task. I think having this opportunity has broadened my thinking.
For the past 5 years, having worked with OFWA, I've learned so many skills. And one of them includes like how to even run an organization, a non-profit organization, how to work with people, how to collaborate with partners, how to even evaluate projects, how to develop programs. And I think through my time working at OFWA, I got the opportunity to develop and design a lot of programs from the scratch.
OFWA helped establish or jump-started our community. The first campaign I was ever involved with them was the Africa Wiki Challenge that happened in 2023. So OFWA supported us not only by giving us a train the trainers course for me and my other colleagues, but we were also supported using microgrants.
So OFWA being an affiliate to Wikipedia, they are the people that we have worked with to enable us achieve what we set out to do, i.e. putting our stakeholders and all these affiliates onto the global map.
There was nothing like a developer community within the movement. It was first thought and conceived by OFWA. I'll give blazing tribute or mention of one, Alangi. We had to bring Alangi all the way from Cameroon. We did some training in Ghana. We did a couple of trainings in Nigeria, Ivory Coast, and even in Cameroon where Alangi came from. We are not where we wanted to be in terms of the developer community, but we started something which was not within the Wikimedia movement, and now we've seen a resemblance of that in India and other communities across the globe, and those are things we are proud of.
Our success or our journey was made up of so many ad hoc things. I remember when we started this, we didn't have a place to work. We didn't have an office to work from. And so Raphael would always say, let's just go buy a drink in a hotel and then stay in the lobby and work. And that's how come we started this. So we started using a lot of hotels as our place of work. We started using a lot of community spaces as our place of work. But one organization that really contributed to our journey was the Goethe Institute. They actually gave us their library for a lot of our initiatives, as well as giving us their library for us to even meet and talk and discuss the future of this organization. So for me, when I look back, it looks like Goethe Institute has played an instrumental role in this. But also, I would say that between the two of us, we were very innovative in trying to use hotels and other public spaces for almost free.
The whole team from the start to now, everybody has in their way played very crucial roles in making these dreams still live on for 10 years.
OFWA is full of resourceful people with capabilities to collaborate with other Wikimedians. And I think there are some communities within our continent that are in much need of what OFWA is having. So I think the future holds the potential more collaboration with these communities so they can gain and benefit much from the great job that OFWA is doing.
Yeah. OFWA is dedicated. OFWA is consistent. And I know that consistency is what has driven the organization to this point.
They consistently get things done.
Being adaptable and also innovative in their programs, in their outreach.
OFWA is, of course, going to continue to play a big role. But I would say becoming a continental leader in open knowledge in Africa, especially when it comes to innovating the space, the wiki ecosystem in Africa.
I see them leading in two areas in the global, in the global scene. One, in the innovation and the concepts, but two, with the level of professionalism that has inspired many of us on the continent.
We see OFWA being a learning hub or having lots of hubs across not just Ghana but West Africa.
I also see increase in impact up to about 80%, and I'm believing that we will also prioritize innovation.
They are having impact both in Ghana and in most of the African countries as well, aside also spreading their tentacles to some of the Western countries, having great impact in those spaces.
Ghana intends to have an open university in the past. It will get to a point where I think OFWA will play a large role in that, and will be called to the table when we are talking about distant and open learning.
connecting with other like-minded organizations to spearhead this vision. I see OFWA opening up the door for open knowledge in Africa, leading the change and charge, and connecting all organizations on board.
A dream is not a dream if it doesn't scare you. And I mean, sometimes we get scared about some of the dreams we have at OFWA, but then that's the purpose of a dream. It's supposed to scare you and to push you to do better, and basically for you to come out of your comfort zone.
So I think from all the work that Open Foundation West Africa has done, it is only prudent to think of OFWA as continuing to do work that focuses on preserving African culture and heritage, supporting other countries that do not have a Wikimedia presence, activating communities that want to learn more about the open knowledge movement or the open movement in general, and taking on the mantle of educating people through innovative means like Kiwix and other projects that they run.
I would like to thank all who have made this possible, from the co-founders, Raphael Berche and Felix Narti, birthing this incredible idea to form this organization that is making true impact on the continent. Kudos to you. To all staff of the organization, both previous and current, it is your effort that has brought this organization this far, and we do not take it for granted. To our board members, our partners, collaborators, and our amazing volunteers who are the lifeline of this organization. We are because you are. Thank you for all the work you have done, and you should share in this incredible achievement because it is yours to own.